Joel chapter 2 and verse 1. Blow you the trumpet in Zion, and sound an alarm in my holy mountain. Let all the inhabitants of the land tremble, for the day of the Lord cometh, for it is nigh at hand. Shalom Yasharallah. Peace Israel. I'd like to start off by giving our praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai Ba'ashem Akakwadash. Yahweh, that's the true and powerful mighty name of who the world ignorantly calls God, Jehovah, Yahweh, or Ahaya. Bahashem means in the name. Yahweh Shai, that's the true and powerful mighty name of who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. Yeshua, Yeshua, or Yeshaya. In the Rachakodash is the Holy Spirit, according to the ancient Paleo Hebrew tongue. I would like to give double honors unto the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who have learned the truth of the Bible from. And peace, blessing, safety, and salutation unto the hopeful elect and to you believers and listeners out there that had came back into the faith and obedience of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. And much love and respect unto you brothers pushing this gospel in sincerity and truth, risking your lives and freedom. Now more so than ever, may Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai continue to bless you and your households. I'm the brother Yawam, coming back at you with another lesson, Lord willing, edifying to the Lord's elect. And just blowing the trumpet in Zion, sounding an alarm, okay? And we're a people before we're a place, so I'm sounding an alarm to the people of the nation of Israel, which consists primarily of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native, Seminole Indians, West Indians, and Haitians. You also have the Israelite foreigners who are likened unto a speckled bird, who look like the heathen nations because they've been scattered amongst the heathen nations. However, their bloodline and their lineage goes back onto Jacob by way of their fathers. So, the reason why I'm sounding the alarm is because I came across this article. Homan, if anybody think they're going to bully or stop ICE from doing what we're doing, they're crazy. Okay, and if you had your head buried in the sand or you've been hiding under a rock and not knowing what's been going on, ICE has unalived a few people. Okay, and then they're talking about going door to door. So, you know, we're entering in martial law territory. Okay, at the time of Jacob's trouble. So, border czar Tom Homan joins Fox Across America with Jimmy Fowler to explain why more immigration and custom enforcement officers are being sent to Minneapolis as anti-ICE demonstrations continue in their city following last week's shooting of Renee Good. Okay, let me get a quick scripture real quick. 2nd Ezra 9:1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest parts of the sign pass which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he had made. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, and anti-ICE protests, okay, demonstration that goes into uproars of the people, okay, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. For like as all that is made in the world have a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest. So clearly, the end of Esau Edom, which is the so-called white man, his rulership. Okay, we're coming to the end of his age. Okay, so matter of fact, Salakia. Let me see. Matthew 24. All right. Yahushua, Matthew 24:4, Yahushua answered and said unto them, take heed that no man deceive you. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am anointed, and shall deceive many. And you shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that you be not troubled. And technically this is the beginning of a civil war, okay? A war against the people. So, see that you be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. All these are the beginning of sorrows. Okay. Jump down to verse 12, and it says, and because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. Okay, and we see that the love of many is waxing cold. And when you go into that word wax cold, it goes into psychos. So a lot of these people are psychotic in the head. So let's go into this okay, more into this article. Look where all these people, these mayors and governors and members of Congress these last 4 years. They were complacent. They didn't say a thing about the open border. 250,000 Americans died from fentanyl. A record number of women and children were sex trafficked into the country, right? A record number of people on the T watch list released. Where were they? Where were when 500,000 children were smuggling the country? They released them to unvetted sponsors, lost track of 300,000 of them. Where were all these people then? They were silent and complacent. I truly believe because I wake up every day, why would you not want to arrest a child rapist? Because they hate Trump more than they love their communities. They don't want Trump to have a win. Well, guess what? We're winning every day. We're not going to stop. And you think you're going to stop us? You're not. We're not going to be intimidated. And what happened in Minnesota? We're sending more agents. We're sending more agents to arrest people who cross the line, not be outnumbered anymore. So we're going to have squads out there that if you cross that line and put hands on an ICE officer, you will be locked up. Man, hey, that devil's talking he talking some swelling words. So that was it on that, man. Okay, let's get a few more scriptures before I close out. Okay, let's get this. Revelation 12:12. Therefore rejoice, you heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you having great wrath, because he know that he has but a short time, right? And these devils, okay, because devil just goes into adversary. In fact, let's just look it up for edification purposes.
Strong's G 1228. Diabolos. Diabolos.
Okay, prone to slander. Slander is accusing falsely. A calumniator, false accuser, a slanderer. Applied to a man who, by opposing the cause of the Most High, may said to act the part of the devil or to side with him. And they do both. They act the part of the devil, the spiritual demon Satan, and they side with him. Okay? So Esau, Edom, the elites, those who act the part and side with the spiritual demon Satan, they're going to come down with great wrath because they know that their kingdom is coming to an end. All right? Let's go here. Here the second Ezra, chapter 13 and verse 29. Behold, the days come when the Most High will begin to deliver them that are upon the earth, and he shall come to the astonishment of them that dwell upon the earth. and one shall undertake to fight against another, one city against another, one place against another, one people against another, and one realm against another. Yeah, because what these what America is doing, okay, they picking fights with these other nations and with their own citizens. Okay, so they're gonna have a civil war here at home, while they fighting off, wars, elsewhere. It's gonna be a shit show. Okay. Let me see what else I want to get. Let's go to Isaiah chapter 19 and verse 1. The burden of Egypt. Behold, Yahweh rideth upon the swift cloud. It shall come into Egypt. In modern day Egypt is America. All right. And the idols of Egypt shall be moved at his presence, and the heart of Egypt shall melt in the midst of it. And I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, the modern day Egyptians. Like I said, it's the Americans. Okay, it's going to be a civil war. The American people against the American government. And they shall fight everyone against his brother and everyone against his neighbor, city against city, kingdom against kingdom. Hey, it's going to be going down in the streets of America very soon. These people are divided. And Howard Shah said that he was coming to send division. And the spirit of Egypt shall fail in the midst thereof, and I will destroy the counsel thereof. And they shall seek to the idols, and to the charmers, and to them that have familiar spirits, and to the wizards. And the Egyptians will I give over into the hand of a cruel lord, and a fierce king shall rule over them, said the Lord Yahweh, Lord of hosts. And it's talking about Donald Trump. Donald Trump is their cruel lord, man. Okay? Look at all the things that he's been doing. Let's go here. 2nd Ezra 15, verse 14. Woe to the world and to them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh. And one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hand. This is coming soon, okay? Because the American people is not going to stand by and sit by and let ICE keep doing what they've been doing. All right, these people are getting upset, and hey, we finna be living in a martial law society very soon, man. If things keep going the way they're going, okay. And one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hand. And a modern day sword is gun. For there shall be sedition among men. Let's look up that word sedition real quick. Sedition. Conduct or speech inciting people to rebel against the authority of a state or monarch. Okay. Let's look up some of these words. Agitation, rebellion, revolt, insurgents, rioting. Okay. Resistance. Let's go into rioting. The violent disturbance of peace by a crowd. The public demonstrations, as they call them. Okay, what was the other one I wanted to look? Resistance. The refusal to accept or comply with something. The attempt to prevent something by action or argument. And we see that going on the whole time since this ICE thing been going on. American people have been resisting it. Continuing on. Okay, where was I? Verse 16, 2nd Ezra 15 and 16. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings, nor princes, their government systems. Okay. And the course of their actions shall stand in their power. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. They already locking down these airports and stuff, and they got flight restrictions. Okay. For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. So yeah, it's gonna be purge like events going out in these streets, man. Okay. And just to emphasize on the man having no pity upon his neighbor, man, let's go here to 2nd Ezra 6 and 24. At that time shall friends fight one against another like enemies, right? Because people have, different views. Okay, friendships are getting, ruined by people, supporting Trump or what he's doing. Okay. So at that time shall friends fight one against another like enemies, and the earth shall stand in fear with those that dwell therein, right? Because people see what's going on and they know consequences are coming to the actions of Trump. Okay. So they just like, people scared because people see that we're in the end. The springs of the fountain shall stand still, in the 3 hours they shall not run. Going into them shutting off the water supply, man. Okay, let's go over here. Might as well just stay in this app. Matthew chapter 12, verse 25. And Yahushua knew their thoughts and said unto them, every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation, and every city or house divided against itself shall not stand. Right? So this kingdom is not, you see it's falling. The people are divided against itself. As a matter of fact, I do want to get that in the other app because I like how it's worded, because it says something in particular. So Matthew 12, 25 in the NLT, Yahushua knew their thoughts and replied, any kingdom divided by civil war is doomed. And this, each and every day, this country is gearing up more and more towards a civil war. A town or family splintered by feuding will fall apart, and this country is falling apart, man, rapidly and fast. Let's get one more, and I'll close out. Luke 12, 51. Do you think I have come to bring peace to earth? No, I have come to divide people against each other. And we clearly seeing that happening now, man, especially here in America, man. The people are divided against each other, man. So that's why it's important to lock in the spirit and lock in, with those like-minded, man. Okay? Because these people of the world, they double-minded. The scriptures say that a double-minded person is unstable in all that they do. So we don't need to be around unstable people, because we know that the wisdom and knowledge of this truth is going to be the stability of our times, man. So just wanted to blow the trumpet in Zion and bring that out. Want to give our praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai Ba'ashem Akakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace, blessing, safety, and salutation unto the hopeful elect and to you believers and listeners out there. Shalom.